Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honesty Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for a love reading. So, guys, we're gonna do a really quick love reading. God, guardian angels, ancestors, what information do you have for us to become an alchemist of our lives, to help bring in divine partnerships, divine communities? God, we want to end the cycle of toxic love, allow no room for doubt and confusion. What do we need to know at this time regarding our love life? Allow no room for doubt and confusion. Last week I was not in a good place in my love life, so that's why I didn't do a love reading. I'm learning I don't want to do a love reading when I'm not feeling love. Because I just feel like then I'm just reading shit in my own energy, and I don't have time for y'all to always be in my business. So much better this week. So we're gonna see what God got to say. Alright, the card wanted to peek out, and so we'll take this. Alright, so the two cards that came out is let your friends help you, as ask for and accept support from others. And then the last thing is religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. Angel number 127. And the last message is you deserve love. You are lovable. Angel number 133. For some reason I was getting the idea that I feel like you need to go out more. I feel like for some reason, because your love life isn't going well, and maybe you have a lot of friends that are in relationships, and so you're choosing to not go out with your friends because you're like, I don't want to deal with that type, I don't want to deal with love. But for some reason, I feel like by you being out and you being immersed in that love, it's actually going to help you out. It's actually going to help you feel better. And also, for some reason, it's the second time I've got this message when this card come out. I feel like you are going to meet somebody because you're out with your friends. So stop, blocking yourself out. Actually go out there. Your religious factors are affecting your upbringing. I just feel like for some reason, it's not really religious as in, you're a Christian, he's a Muslim, nothing like that. Angel number 233. But I am getting the idea that as you are taking the time to heal yourself and to really commit to your soul purpose, it is helping your relationship. And I also feel like it's helping you attract the mate that is ultimately meant for you. And so that's why God is saying you need to just focus on knowing that you deserve love. I feel like for so often in the spiritual community, people would trust God to deliver everything in their life except for a damn man, which I can't even begin to understand that. And I think it's probably because they've been so hurt in the past. But the reason why they probably been hurt in the past, and the reason why they probably was attracting those mates in the past, is because they didn't take the time to heal themselves. Angel number 318. And so what God is saying is that allow yourself to heal yourself. And I honestly get the idea that a part of your healing is for you to start socializing more, for you to start having, more whole, for you to have more whole relationships with women. For some reason, I get the idea that you have been this type of person that has always been kind of focused on your love life, and that your friendships have kind of always came to the back burner. But I feel like what God is saying is that you need to find that balance of realizing that you need to have platonic friendships just as much as you need to have romantic friendships. And honestly, personally, I have been guilty of that. I have been so focused on love and a nigga that when I get into friendships, the women that I am in a friendship with, they also feel that way. And so when there's any tension or anything in a relationship, they will be more so willing to work with their man versus working with the woman. But I can't really be mad at them because I also used to think that same way. So it's realizing you can't judge people, and that everybody is just a mirror. But I think I have realized for myself is that now I'm in this place where I actually yearn platonic friendships, angel number 433, more than I do an actual romantic relationship. I just want some fucking friends. Fuck the man. I would love having a man, to come home to cuddle up with, but I'm so I'm craving this intimacy of having really good relationship with women. And I just realized that there's just something very beautiful about that. And I wish that I would have understood the importance of it then. You know, when I was younger, I wish I would have understood the importance of having friends and having a man, instead of feeling like, you know, the man was the top priority and that's all I need to be focusing on. So I feel like what God is saying is that in order to have that balance within yourself, within your social life, and your love life, like God is just trying to get you to understand that friendships is just as important as romantic relationships. Okay. All right, God, let's actually get some. I'm actually going to go ahead and get. I haven't used these in a while, so I can use them. Angel number 536. I'm actually going to get some tarot because I'm curious to see what is our energy towards this. All right, God, what is our energy towards let your friends help you, you deserve love, and religious factors? God, what is our energy towards this? What is our energy? What do you want us to know? How can we overcome this? What's coming our way? Anything that you deem worthy for us to hear at this time. Ashe. Yeah, I feel like in the past you really was like not really focused on, like you really wasn't fucking with females like that. You wasn't even focused on friendships like that. But I feel like now what God is trying to get you to understand is that helps you have, that helps you with the balance so that you're not focused on him so much. Like we have to, again, I keep telling y'all every time we start doing these divine relationships reading, God does not want codependent relationships. And so it's like, instead of you pouring all of your heart and soul into this person and you only expect him to go travel with him, do everything with him, God is saying you really have to have a life outside of your partner. That's actually the one good thing that I did learn in my like yoga training, my life and yoga training, my life and teacher training, was that this the guy was saying that, you know, marriage is really like two pillars, and that when those pillars get too close, which means when those people's lives start to merge together, then that's how the relationship falls apart. But when you have two whole individuals who are both equally doing their part and both equally holding a relationship up, that's how you have a good and stable home. Angel number 725. So yeah, these cards then flew everywhere. All right. All right, last shuffle. I don't know why I got these cards because they so big and like I can shuffle them properly. Okay. Death for the friendship. For let your friends help you, we had the death card come out, angel number 808. And I actually really like that because what God is saying is that your energy is that you're realizing that you do want to transform your friendships. You do want to start looking at your, you know, how you approach friendships, how you approach platonic relationships differently. You're ready to transform that part of your life, and you are ready to start to let your friends help you. I don't feel like when I say this, let your friends help you, it's not about like, you know, like you going to them for romance, like relationship advice and all that stuff. Like, I really just feel like it's more so about like you learning how to have outside interests outside of your relationship. You know, like you starting to have balance of not putting all your hopes and your dreams in your relationship, but realizing that it's important for you to have a full realized life. For you deserve love, justice, you're lovable. What God is saying is that because of everything that you've been through in your life, like you have earned this right to end the cycle of toxic love. You've earned this right to transform your, not only your love life, but your platonic relationships. Like that's what God is trying to get you to understand. Like when we talk about these divine relationships, divine partnerships, it's not even just divine partnership, it's divine communities, okay? Angel number 920, God is trying to help create new earth. And so in order for him to create new earth, he has to have certain people together because they're going to help create things and create certain energy pockets in this world. And so what God is saying, he needs you to realize that internally that you are worthy of love, that you don't have to fight for it, that you honestly don't have to do too much training, you know, like too much change for it. It's just more so making that mental transformation that, you know, my platonic relationships is just as important as my love life, as my, you know, romantic relationships. I keep hearing that. My platonic relationships is just as important as my love life. For religious factors, we have the Tower. And so that's what, again, what I was telling you guys, what I was feeling before, is that as you keep working on yourself, I hear religious, I'm not speaking of, Muslim, all of that stuff. I hear religious, and I'm speaking of your spiritual journey, you following your soul purpose. As you become more in alignment with yourself, and you become more in alignment with your soul truth of you deserve love and that you're lovable, and you start to accept this, you accept this love on the inside, you accept this deserving on the inside, it is going to create a Tower moment. But again, this came out reversed because it's a Tower moment that you want. Because you're doing that work, now you have completely been able to release the burden of toxic love, and you can let all that stuff go. Also, just to be honest, this did come out reversed, and so for some of you guys, you may not have been realizing that your platonic relationships are just as important as your romantic relationships. And so this reading is coming about to help you try to transform your thought process. So it's just as important. I know so many women that are this way, that they will go back and forth with a dude, they would do all this stuff with a dude, but you do something wrong to them one time and they will cut you off and you'll never talk to them again. Angel number 11, 14. Or you will just it's just, a lot of us haven't been taught that you have to put effort and time and attention into your platonic relationships, just like your romantic relationships. And so it's like, if a girl or if your friend do something that you ain't feeling, you just will cut them off and you will move on and you ain't thinking about it again. But God is saying that we can't live like that anymore. We really have to learn how to realize that our platonic relationships is more important. It's just as important as our romantic relationships. I'm done, because I ain't saying it no more. God is not about to have me say that no more. I don't want to say it no more. I have never said something so many times. But I do want you to know that as you keep healing yourself, as you keep recognizing that you are loved, love is your birthright, you're meant to be happy in all valets and all factors of your life, then it will completely transform how you look at romantic and platonic relationships. Angel number 17. All right, God, clarify this message. Give us just one tool that we can use to help us understand this concept that our platonic relationships are just as important as our romantic ones, and realizing that as we keep working on ourselves, as we keep becoming one with our soul purpose and knowing that we are worthy of love, then we will get all the love that is truly meant for us. Give us one tool that we can use, God. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Also, I feel like you not feeling worthy of love is not only affecting your love life, but it's affecting your social life. It's like you feel like you just like a black sheep. And that's why God is saying you need to know that all that shit you've been through in the past was supposed to happen. But now that you're in a new cycle, now that you recognize that who you are, you weigh those scales, it's like let it go so that you can transform and get the love that is meant for you. Our diversity supports our individual freedom. While your societies continue to try to dictate and enforce human behavior to please the majority, because of your diversity, it continues to be an uncomfortable struggle that again and again falls of its economic weight. There is simply not enough money in the world to buck the natural currents of individual freedom and independent thought. So again, what God is trying to get you to understand is that we are all meant to be ourselves. And for some reason, when I was reading that card, I felt like the reasons why you didn't have friendships that, you didn't have fulfilling friendships in the past because you were trying to be like them. It's like you were getting relationships with people that you wanted to be like. And instead of being yourself, you would try to be like them. And then when there was any conflict, because this relationship wasn't really built on a stable foundation, the tower will fall. It just wouldn't work out. And so what God is saying is that as you start to become more confident in yourself, as you start to being on your spiritual journey, you start to love yourself, you will start to feel whole and complete on your own, then you will be able to attract those friendships that are meant for you. And they're not going to be friendships that may even look like you, may not look like you on the outside, but on the inside, you too, you guys are the same. And it's because you're learning to accept your individuality and not trying to be like others, okay? Angel number 1455. Also, making peace with the today will improve the future. It may sound odd, but the fastest way to get a new and improved situation is to make peace with your current situation. Come on, God. By making lists of the most positive aspects you can find about your current situation, and you then release your resistance to the improvement that are waiting for you. But if you rally against the injustices of the current situation, you hold yourself in vibrational alignment with what you do not want, and you cannot then move in the direction of its improvement. It defies law. And for some reason, when I was reading that, I was getting that idea that the solution and the problem and the solution is on two vibrational frequencies, right? So what God is saying is that maybe the reason why you're so stuck and the reason why you're not having the friendships that you want is because you don't feel so lovable, because you're so focused on your past, because you're so focused on all the stuff that happened, all the friendships that didn't work out, all these shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And number 1555. But what God is saying is that if you just accept that, hey, I am worthy of love, I am making these changes, and that as I keep working on myself, as I keep healing myself, I attract better. As I grow, I heal, I attract better. I can have different friendships. I can attract different types of love. If you have that mindset, then the tower will fall down, and then you will be able to have the love and the friendships that are genuinely meant for you. Okay? I actually really, really love this reading. This is a really good love reading, and I have control over the vibration I offer. So again, for some reason this week, I'm noticing that a big theme this week is about focusing not on the external world or what's going on around us, but really focus on our vibrational alignment and focusing on what we do want instead of focusing on what we don't want. So if you are in a place where you don't have a lot of friends, Angel number 1654, but you are at this place where you're realizing that, hey, in the past I didn't do things right. I have contributed to some of these failures in relationships, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on the love that is meant for me. I'm going to focus on that I am worthy of love. Then all of that stuff can come to us. Again, it's about focusing on our alignment and attracting the things that are necessary for us. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm actually going to go to our Sufis, and we're going to get on out of here. And also deception had came up. So remember where I was telling you guys, that's where I got that energy of, before in the past, you had friendships with people that you wanted to be like. And it's because you were kind of like putting on this little false mask a little bit. You were, doing what they wanted to do. You was being with the cool crowd. And honestly, that's what I realized. I'm like, Angel number 1755, the reason why I felt so much turmoil, like I was really realizing like, damn, I was a whole ass cheerleader. I was not like on the B squad. I was on the varsity squad. We went to Ford Field. We did the state playoffs. King was the shit. Okay. But for some reason I still felt like this loser. And like, in any teen movie, Angel number 1818, if you're a cheerleader, you're supposed to be the it crowd. But I realized it's because I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. Like, instead of trying to be a cheerleader, because I did like performs, I probably should have really tried to do more dance or really got into the drama department. And I would never forget, I was at Hampton, because I did their 5-year MBA program. And it was like my last year, of course, nobody is there. And that was the first time I ever stepped into the theater. Like, I ever stepped into the student theater, and I had watched the For All Color Girls. It was the play that was on, Angel number 855. And like looking back on it now, like I remember like walking away with this sick feeling in my stomach, and I didn't understand that feeling, but now I realize it's because I realized like, damn, I completely just stopped even thinking about acting. I never tried to do it. Like I was just so focused on trying to be something that I wasn't, and that's why I didn't build the relationships or anything that I was supposed to build, because I was chasing some shit that wasn't even me. So of course it took for this tower to fall for me to have this realization within myself to realize that no, I'm not this fucked up person. It's just that I was chasing things that wasn't me. I wasn't doing, and I wasn't being in alignment with who I am, but that doesn't mean I'm not worthy of love. Now that I recognize that, now I can move in the world differently and stop being so desperate and like just attract the wait till God bring the people who are truly meant for me. Okay? Angel number 1847. All right, final message. Death. Death, you deserve love, religious factors, death, justice, the tower. And guys, these are major arcana cards coming out. So this is like letting me know that God is like, girl, you done. Like, you know, like you really are at this place where you can really just focus on just do and focus on knowing that you are worthy of love, because your tower has fallen. You've done, you've transformed, you recognize that you want to let your friends help you. You're going to continue to keep working on yourself, and so you're making peace with your today. And so now you just need to focus on knowing that you're worthy of love and watch the God in the universe bring that love to you. Beautiful, beautiful message. God, what the heck? Okay, he told me to stop doing that. Sorry, y'all. Final message. Final shuffle. And the card we're going to focus on is deal with the unexpected. Treat the unforeseen as divine offering. Whew, what is this? I don't think I ever pulled this card before. Deal with the unexpected. O sudden resurrection, O boundless providence, you appear into flame to burn the jungle of thoughts. You come blissfully to free us from shackles. You appear to the destitute as divine providence. Rumi. There are times when we are deeply involved in what we are doing, and suddenly something unforeseen happens and a wrench is thrown into our lives. Many people crumble under this unfamiliar pressure. Rumi is coming to you with a loving heart to gift you the freedom to use unexpected happenings as an offering of grace. He wants you to trust that they pour out as blessings from the benevolence and generous source from which we come. Take the unexpected as a call to be master of your own fate. When you follow your heart's guidance, your success is inevitable. You learn to respond to whatever comes. The Oracle is here to support you in connecting with your inner truth. See and treat the unexpected problem as an opportunity in disguise. Use your initiative to grasp how you can cope under the pressure. Let it develop your leadership skills. By trying to maintain a positive attitude, even in the face of adversity, you will have faith in yourself that you will be ready for things to change at any time. Dear one, life has offered you everything with open hands. Accept the gift and grow into the depths of the luring mystery that pursues you in every moment of your life. To give up and let go of the path in the face of complication is the result of a lack of faith. Surrendering into the arms of mystery is the remedy you have been chasing through your dreams. Surrendering into the arms of mystery is the remedy you have been chasing throughout your dreams. Dare to surrender to the ups and downs of life and know that a glory greater than paradise awaits you. Okay. Angel number 2259. So I was like low-key getting emotional when I was reading that, because for some reason what was coming to me is when I had my appendix. My appendix, I literally had this scar on my body, bust open. I had no idea. It was like I had just left the organization I was involved with. I had left a little early because my stomach was hurting at night. And because I had like ate some fish that was left out, I thought I just had like food poisoning. So I went down there, went to this one hospital. They sent me home, but I was like in the bed. I was in my bed the whole weekend. My stomach was hurting so bad. And like literally like I like just woke up like Sunday morning and was like telling my partner like, I don't feel good. Something's not right. Like I need to go to the hospital. Like something is just not right. Like something's not right in my body. And so by this point I could barely even like stand up. I get to urgent care and like she's like, you need to go to the hospital because like clearly something's not right. Like you need to get in the x-ray machine. Like we need to see what's going on. I get to the hospital and like they rush me in they rush me back there, and like literally I find out that I'm leaking toxins in my body. The lady told me that if I would not have gotten there in like the next hour or so, I would have went into cardiac arrest because literally I was leaking toxins in my body the whole weekend. Low-key, I need to write a letter and sue this one company because I'm like, I could have died. I need to sue that first hospital because I could have died. Anyways, so Anyway, so I go and, you know, we like literally have surgery. Mind you, y'all, I have never even been sick before. Never been in a hospital. The first time in the hospital, I was in the hospital for an entire month because I had to have 2 back-to-back surgeries because I had complications from my first surgery. And so I say all that to say that I literally left on like a Thursday afternoon. And then never, like for an entire month, I didn't go to work. I didn't do this organization, nothing. I was in a hospital. I could not use the bathroom by myself. I could not eat anything. Like I had to learn how to walk off. Like it was just like, to me, it was like so fucking insane because I'm like, I was just okay. Like, and now I'm in a hospital for a month. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it was such an unexpected thing that happened to me. And like my life completely, like if you really want to be honest, and I really think that's why you see this little mark on my finger, I really feel like that's why that's there, because my life was like a before and after the appendix. Because it was just like, after you spend so much time of your life, and I mean, not even so much time of your life, but after you have something like that happen to your life, like I may, to somebody else, it may have not seemed like life or death, but to me it was like, it felt like life or death, because I could have literally went into cardiac arrest if I would have just continued to stay in my bed and been in pain all day. Like I could have died. But it was like, after that happened, I had friends that didn't show up at the hospital. People who I was in this mentoring with, they didn't show up for me. And it was just like, I could not continue to live my life the way that I was living my life. And if I'm being completely honest, if I never would have had that incident happen in my life, I probably still would have been in that organization to this day. Because I felt so indebted to these people, because I'm like, oh, she helped me, she did this, not realizing that anyways. So it's like, it took for this dramatic ass incident to happen in my life for me to completely look at my life differently. I could not look at certain friends the same. I couldn't look at my certain mentors the same. Like, it completely changed my life. It completely changed what I put my energy into. It completely changed who I hung around, because this unexpected event happened in my life. And for so long, like, I wasn't even like realizing that it affected me like that. I just felt like I was losing everybody. But I had to realize, and I think I told y'all on this channel, that it wasn't because I lost everybody. It was because I made a choice to choose me. I had this unexpected event that happened in my life that completely changed the way that I viewed my life, to where I'm like, I can't live my life the same way anymore. I realized, like, life and death is so fucking thin. So fucking thin. Like, your fucking life can be changed. I was fine. I didn't have any health problems or anything. It was a fucking appendix that could have killed me, because if it would have been left unattended. And then I was in the hospital for a month after never being in the hospital in a day, after never having a major surgery. I had 2 major surgeries. That's a lot of shit to go through. You're not going to look at life the same. You're not going to move the same way. You're going to realize that I don't have time for this bullshit. I don't have time for superficial ass relationships. And that's the tower that happened in my life. That's what changed me. But because I was so fucking caught up in all the shit that was happening, I was so caught up in all the change that was happening, that I didn't realize that, oh, this is happening because of that unexpected event. This is happening because I chose myself, and I told myself that I'm worthy of love. But if you don't ever remember why you're doing shit, if you just react to what's happening to you, you will feel like you're a fucked up person. And it took for me, I'm so grateful for you guys on this channel, and I'm so grateful for Honestly Sis, because it took for me to be on this channel to realize, oh shit, everybody didn't leave me. I left them, actually. As of number 2911, I left them. I chose me. This is the result of what happens when you decide to choose yourself. And so I tell you all of that. I tell you that long story to let you know that I don't know what unexpected event may happen to you, what's going to happen to you, or it may be happening right fucking now. But I want you to realize that what you need to realize is that you get to choose you. You need to examine yourself. That's why it's so important for you to be conscious of your life. It's so important for you to have a clear vision of what's happening in your life, so that you can understand why these towers are falling. So you'll understand why you're making these transformations, why people are falling away. If you have been trying to do things that are in alignment with yourself, or you've been trying to get closer and closer to your soul purpose, of course your life gonna be completely transformed. Of course you're not gonna want the things that you used to want before. But because you're no longer in that old life, that don't mean that you're not worthy of love. That don't mean that the same things that got you to originally start this journey, that don't mean it's off the table. But you just have to remember that you're worthy of love, and that your platonic relationships are just as important as your romantic relationships. Angel number 3033. All right, y'all. This is the last message. If you want to do this, if you want to go ahead and just surrender to God, and ask God to just help you deal with the unexpected, or to deal with these transformations that are happening in your life, touch and agree with me as I say this. I remain calm and in control of myself when the unexpected occurs. I know that dealing with the unforeseen is a bliss offered to me as divine providence. I remain calm and in control of myself when the unexpected occurs. I know that dealing with the unforeseen is a bliss offered to me as divine providence. I remain calm and in control of myself when the unexpected occurs. I know that dealing with the unforeseen is a bliss offered to me in divine providence. Guys, a happy life. I will just leave you guys with this. I told you guys that whole story because I want you to understand that I genuinely would have never ever left that organization if that event never happened in my life. And if I would have never left that organization, I would have never had the time, the effort, the intention, the fucking capability to do what I'm doing right here on this channel today. I wouldn't be able to see my growth. I wouldn't be able to feel so confident and feel so like changed if I would have never had that incident occur. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, and sometimes you have to realize that God will step in on your behalf, because this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I knew that I wanted to bet on me. I knew towards the end it was getting harder for me to show up. It was getting harder for me to like feel passionate about it, because I knew that I wanted to, really focus on growing myself and growing my businesses and growing the thing, bringing my visions to life. But I felt so indebted to this organization, and God knew that. God knew that I never would have left on my own, that I never would have walked away on my own. So he allowed this dramatic ass incident to happen to force me out of that situation. And that's why I want y'all to understand, anything that happened to you is not being sent to destroy you. It's being sent for God to get you on your path of where he wants you to go. So instead of like bracing yourself against it or holding on to keeping things the same, let that bullshit go and get to the life that is truly meant for you. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message and you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. I will see y'all soon. Whoa, that message almost took it out of me, y'all. Bye.